We're back. I took a little bit of a break, and yes, I am that crazy knocking all of this out. I'm gonna knock out all of this today if I can. I I've really enjoyed the two tours that we've done before this. Just to let you know, you are viewing the rest of the horde. I forgot a couple of plots, so we're going to knock those out before jumping to Alliance. If you are jumping around any of my videos, please know that we finished up with this area back here, the Highlands. We did that at the end of part two because part two went by so quickly that we were just able to do that. So if you're looking for the Highlands area, go to the end of part two. We also covered the Red Rocks area as well as the springs down there, the hot springs. We also did the sand beach plots over in that direction. Part one is full of this tropical area and a lot of the beach plots in front of me there. We also did these plateau topped ones in part two. So if you are looking for any of those specific areas, I'm directing you towards which video you might want to go to. But I do have to finish this one because I found the answer to today's decor treasure hunt. So our our riddle is an old watering hole. Take a swing or take a dive, hold your breath and dig. In the last part, we saw two different diving boards and we're looking for the rope swing. I knew there was a rope swing somewhere, and of course, when I ended part two, I found it. Of course. So I do want to finish it up here. So this is the main hub for Horde, and there are not really many plots connecting to it. You can't really build in the city, but there are a few plots off to the side here. And I wanted to cover those real fast, and then I will jump over to Alliance. I know a lot of you are waiting for Alliance side, and I promise we're going to get to it. So this first one is number 36. So what's special about 36 is that you kind of overlook like the main hub area, but it's not too intrusive. So it does feel a little bit private. I would imagine whoever builds here might want to do some landscaping to build up a little bit. But you have this overlook onto the tropical area. And you do have some tropical foliage. So it's another one of those plots that's the best of both worlds. You get the desert biome and the tropical kind of encroaching on the same plot. So if that's what you're looking for, this one is going to be a really nice one. Also, that's where the sun sets. So you got it. You have really, really good sunset views. And I hope you like your neighbor because you're going to have a neighbor right here. This is number 25. You'll notice that their elevation is the same. So you really are looking straight over at that person who builds there. If there's two of you building together, great. This is a good duo plot to have together. But if you don't know your neighbor, you're going to be seeing their whole build. So I hope you like your neighbor. What's unique about this particular one, 25, is it has this little kind of fence outcropping. Like I have never seen that on any of the plots before, but it's cute. We're not necessarily going to be able to build here, but it's just this little extra bit that gives it character. But there's a lot more off of this particular plot. So you have the staircase up, quite the climb. Then you have this little seating area here, and you can enjoy even taller views if you'd like from here. That's right off of your plot. But you also get this large, large deck for fishing, if that's what you're looking for. And down here, even more. And here it is, the rope swing. So I knew there was one. So all of this is right off of that plot. That's a lot of extra add-ons that you can use and incorporate in your RP. So let me go over to the rope swing. Sadly, we cannot use it. There's no animation right now. I really, really want one. Please, please get on that. And what do you see in the distance? That's what the glowing mounds look like. So even if you're having a hard time getting the riddle, just fly around. You'll see it eventually. And here we go. Got it. And I just earned Razorwind Wall Mirror. And my apologies if you've been around for other streams. You might hear me say some of the same phrasing. But if this is the only stream you tune into or the only stream you click on, I do want you to get that information. So apologies if I'm repeating myself a little bit. So big fan of this rope swing. I really, really, really hope they give us an animation to use it. That would just be so, so fun. Okay, so back here we have another plot. This is number 2. So you notice that the numbers really have no logical, well, to me, no logical order. The numbers kind of bounce around. It's not really easy. Like if you tell somebody, "Oh, I have plot 4," they're not going to know where plot 4 is. You're going to have to tell them the biome, and you might need to say like a distinguishing feature that would let them know, "Hey, I've got this plot across from the rope swing," and then they'll probably know where you are. What I like about this plot is right off of it, we've got this kind of dining area. So, another social place where people can RP eating and RP serving. But it's literally right here. And I would imagine whoever wants this plot might actually build out their home as a continuation of that. And then this could like just be like the outdoor seating area. I could genuinely see that. It bumps up right up against some rocks, so you're very private back here. And you even have this like little thing in your backyard. Just a little extra place where you can look over your terrain. And of course, it's right next to this area where no one else is building, where you have one of the other diving boards. I swear, we're at diving board number 3. So the riddle was right on. Take a dive or swing, and you'll find the treasure. And I have been going behind waterfalls, trust. I've only found one specific waterfall that has a little hidden nook behind it. I talk about that in part 1, and there's actually music in there. You'll notice there's no music over the neighborhood right now. All you can get is the ambiance. So we're so far inland that we're not hearing any waves, just kind of bird noises, some vague kind of gusty winds. It's all that background din, all that background noise that's just kind of constant, but it really does set the mood. So you might want to think about what kind of ambiance you want, because I'm not sure what kind of music might be playing over this. Or maybe you turn your music off. Maybe you just listen to this. Or turn your ambiance off and go ahead and build in one of the windy plots anyway. Um, but yeah, these are the plots that I missed in the last one. Apologies. And here's a flight path down here. There. Truly finished all the Horde ones, promise. Now I'm going to go over to the Alliance side. In order to get to my second house, all I have to do is go into my housing dashboard and grab it. I can go there on any character. I do have an Alliance character, but Druid is just so easy to fly around on. I'm just going to go ahead and go. You do not have to be Horde to be on Alliance side. You just have to have an Alliance character that starts the home in order to establish it. Then you can just pop over. So it's not going to be jarring to see somebody who's Horde over here. But yeah, this is my house. Oh my God, it's raining here. I love it. You hear all the birds, the lovely sound of rain. And yes, I chose the graveyard plot. This one is a popular one. So this is one that on most servers is already taken. So you can live out your goth fantasies here. You just want to be a little bit morbid, or you, like me, just generally find cemeteries peaceful and beautiful. And yeah, I like this a lot. So of course I went with this plot. I did have to hop around to try to find it. So this is number 20. If you'd like to live in the graveyard, and I'll give you a tour. Um, Again, if you wanted this one, but I have it, what you do is you go to the open house finder, find another zone, another instanced neighborhood, and try to find it. And just click around till you find it. It's probably taken on this one too, because I think it's supposed to be like right between these. But you find it on another realm, and then you can go get it. You can see there's still plenty of availability, some more than others. I want to say that they filtered people to this one first. So that's why most of these are already taken. But as people decided which ones they wanted and it wasn't available, you just kind of hop around. As I said before, there's not too many people in Alpha. Maybe if I were to estimate, maybe about 200 people. And there's not that many people actively playing. Even though the servers are up, with as few people playing as they are, people spread out between housing, dungeons, and when the raids are actually up, people are pretty spread out. Um, but everybody generally has claimed a house. So I'm going to let you know which ones are popular. So if you have your eye on them and you must have them, you can go straight for them. I know that's who I am. But it's not the end of the world if you don't get the one that you want. Just keep looking for new neighborhoods as the servers populate new ones. Then try to nab it before anybody else does. And just because it's popular does not mean it's the best. It just means there's more people out there, maybe like me, who like this aesthetic and really wanted to choose it. That's all. Okay. So in this one, we are surrounded by the cemetery. And I'm going to have to build up the outside and try to make it blend with the cemetery because I'd like it to look like it belongs here. Maybe it looks like, I'm the groundskeeper or something. Maybe I'll RP that. Who knows? I absolutely love it when it rains in this section. Now, this is full day, but we are definitely foggy and overcast. Even when it's not raining, it is dark here. This part of the map, we're in the right here in the bottom east. So southeast is supposed to be modeled after Duskwood. And so that's where we get this kind of gloomy aesthetic. I love it back here with all of the mausoleums. Gosh, and they're lit up so beautifully. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like at night with the warm glow of the lanterns and the candles. I have been on Alpha to see it turn from daytime to sunset to nighttime. And I might do a stream of just nighttime plots, just flying through so you can see how maybe the plot you've picked out, if you know which one you want already, you can just go along with me and see how it looks in the nighttime. So this looks so magical. I love the lights going down. It's just so beautiful. All the birds chirping. Yeah, this is peaceful to me. Now, this is going to be a popular one. Like I said, this is, I believe, 20. Let me double check. It is 20. Now, there is somebody else who'll be my neighbor across the way. And they're not really going to see me all that well because there's a giant fallen log in the way. But this person has that as a part of their plot. So this is a fun little nook they can use for RP or hiding out. And this one is number 38. Okay. 38 is very close to mine, but see how they put the log in the way? So you don't necessarily see that. Okay. Now daytime, it stopped raining. Now you can hear the ambiance. Oh, it just went from daytime and then it just instantly went to shade. That's funny. They're going to have to fix that. This is how it looks like in the daytime. Still very dark, very moody, all this kind of fog. And to be honest, this is as close as we're going to kind of get to maybe a night elf aesthetic would be this area, but it is also very Duskwood. And the rest of it is modeled after Elwyn Forest. So I like this one because you still get a view of the cemetery, but you're not in it. So maybe you'd like to be adjacent to it, or check this out. See, I like this plot because right down here, you've got the Undertaker. You'll see some coffins. This is some tombstones, a shovel. This is absolutely where this person works. Maybe this is where the groundskeeper is, but I like to think it's the funeral home. I would love it if they would open this door and finish it and put a bunch of decor in there, because I would absolutely run down there and that could be my character's job for RP. I don't know. I love that. It's also the spooky season, so humor me, even if it's not your thing. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to go back here because there's only a few plots down here, and I want to knock out this entire area for you. So the rest of Alliance side is not going to be this dark. It's not going to be this gloomy. Here's another graveyard adjacent one, plot 33. I like this plot a lot because you have a better view maybe of the cemetery proper and the broken gate over there, which is very nice. But you're elevated just a little bit so that you don't really have to see the road. This cute little turnaround right here. That is a griffin over there, so we have a flight path, and that is not a player house. That is just a static house. I do want to show this to you. So because it's so dark here, you can get a good idea of how the Alliance houses look at night. See how the lights glow and they cast this wonderful warm hue over everything around it. It's really beautiful. So I love this aesthetic. This is just a fake construction site. It's a plot that is not open to build on. It's an area that Blizzard has decided they want to hold, whether it is for a community building. I don't believe that they'll open it for building, but it's possible that this is just reserved. Maybe they expand on this per neighborhood as they realize how much capacity they can render in a neighborhood. Maybe they improve their systems and want to open this to build on. I wouldn't be mad at it being another community hub though. Cute little pond here. Okay, back to the tour. So this other graveyard adjacent plot has all that right next to it. So if being next to a flight path is important to you, maybe you choose that. I'll show you the map right now. So it looks huge based on the amount of flight paths that looks there, but it's really not that big. I mean, it is massive as far as housing goes, but I can fly across it just fine and not feel like I have to take a flight path. Now, if I want to go visit somebody's house and I just happen to be next to a flight path and so does theirs, I'll go ahead and take it. But I don't feel the need to use the flight paths as I go through here. Also, I'm just a nerd. I want to see what people have built, so I'm going to be nosy and fly around anyway on my own. Okay, so we have some cliffside ones. This is number 8. So this one is cute because it has this little side area where you can sit and overlook the ocean. Because we're in this area, it's going to be very kind of muddled, foggy out there. You can't really see what's going on. So it's kind of a limited view, but it is still nice nonetheless because you get to see the lighthouse over there. And if you've ever read a novel or seen a show, lighthouses can be really freaky. So they tend to feature prominently, is what I'm saying. So if that's cool to you and you want to see the lighthouse, this is your plot right on the edge, right over here where this fox is. And you get to see some broken ships. It's not entirely desolate out there. Off in the distance, the way my character's looking right now, that is an autumn zone with a bunch of orange trees and such. So very different than you see like the scraggly, pointed trees of this area in Broomwood Hollow. They do break up the monotony of the ocean with a couple of, jutting out rock outcrops. I do appreciate that. But right down here, also right off of this plot, is a walkway. Oh, and here's a bell for reasons. That was one of the scavenger hunt ones recently. So it does pay to walk around and like really look at all the details because it'll help you out with those quizzes. Unless you just, end up going to, Wowhead and just getting the answers right away. But it's more fun to figure out the riddle, no? Okay, so we have this little fishing hut here. Big into that. The Alliance little dinghy boat and a cute little dock down here. Gosh, the blue of the water is so pretty during the day. You can see the horizon better over here than you could from up in the cloudy area. But still, this is right off of your plot. So people really have to fly down here. Now, it does look like there's a house up there and that they have a walkway down here to the shore as well. So you're kind of sharing your own private beach with this other person over here. But let's go up. Let's go up and see what else. There might be something in between. When you're thinking about choosing your plot, definitely look about what's going on around it. Do you like the vegetation? Is this the color scheme you like? Do you like the animals that are here? Um, and what is the ambiance noise? So the noise is kind of rumbly, right? The ambiance up here is a little bit unsettling. Maybe even sounds like you're in a cave or something. Like this is generally what I hear when I go into caves and games. It's just really moody in the background. And that might not be for you. I enjoy it, but not everybody does. Here we have a tower. This is the Alliance version of the towers. Now, I was joking on the Horde side because these towers are everywhere. And I really, really hope that the game actually does something with them to make them a part of maybe quest lines or flesh them out. You can go inside, the door is open, and you can walk up top, but they're everywhere. And on Horde side, I counted I think like seven in view of just one sweeping shot of the space. And I was like, they really reuse these towers as an asset. Now, if that works for you, you like the way they look, you think you can like make that a part of your RP, well, that tower is right off of this plot. So let's see the number on this one. This one's 18. So 18 is looking right over the cliffs, just like the other one, except we have this nice big tree kind of cutting up the ocean line. You have the tower up there on the side. Oh, just hearing some owls hooting, all part of the ambiance. And you do get to look straight out your front door into the graveyard and see that beautiful sight. It's just so cute. So maybe that plays into your storyline. And down here is another one. Somebody's already claimed this one. What number is this? Number 41. Okay. Let's see if we can go inside. Nope. Whenever we get kicked out of a private house, it boots you straight back here onto the cornerstone. Sometimes when you fly over the area, so say somebody's built a lot around the house, maybe you just want to check out what they've done outside and it boots you back here. A little bit frustrating. I'm not sure how they're going to tackle that, but I hope they do. So if I show you a plot with a house on it, I'm probably going to be hovering over it like this. Off the back of this is another little walkway that goes down. You might be the only one using this because it's right off your plot, but we have a cute little area for fishing with some assets that look like they came out of the harbor. Yeah. This is directly out of Borealis, isn't it? I love this style though. I was so enamored when I first saw this, how they used ship parts to make buildings. Very cool. I'm a big fan of that expansion. And who do we have down here? Some decor vendors. They're not selling anything right now for us, but maybe they might be in the future. Oh, and this is really special. Okay. So there's only one cave, really, on Horde side. And it's pretty big, very noticeable, right off of somebody else's plot. But it's really neat. And this is the only cave one. So if you'd like a plot and you also like this little area and you think you have use for it, maybe for RP, this one's for you. The one on Horde side has water features and like dripping water from the ceiling. And this one's a little bit more sparse, but they might do something with this in the future. It looks like this should be like a quest hub, right? And that'll be right off of this plot up here. I think this is beautiful. And the walking up, that's really nice. Hey, just a few more in this area, and then we'll go to the lighter and brighter ones. That kind of haunting, I don't know if you want to call it like a howling sound there. Yeah. This is in Morgan's Rest and Broomwood Hollow. This is the only area that significantly changes at night. And I'm going to tell you why. These plots over here have fireflies that come out, just like this. Usually they're not out and they're not very bright during the daytime, but at night they give off so much more glow. And this particular plot is one that I highly considered because of that. So this one's number 6. I love this one because it has the stream coming around both sides of it. You have a lot of fireflies. I would say this is the most firefly laden plot of all of them. And you have access to this pond right here. It's just very, very night elf. There's one other plot that's night elf, but this is like my second runner up. And at night, there's also some fireflies. Yep, they're here during the day too. When I was going down this really late last night, I was just struck by how cool it looked. And I really, really enjoyed this one. Now, if you go up the ledge, follow the waterfall. Somebody's already claimed this one. Where's the cornerstone? There it is. We're at 21. See if we can go inside. Nope. I want to say on Alliance side, I've people have found the privacy buttons and turned them off more than on Horse side. I couldn't get in any Horde houses, but I have gotten into a few Alliance, just maybe not on this particular realm. This plot's lovely because you have this nice, quiet, trickling waterfall all to yourself. Beautiful. I'm sure you'll be able to do some fishing up here and just follow it down. All nice and just very moody up here. So that's another good one. But still, big fan of the Firefly house. I'm dumbing it that now. You tell people you have the Firefly house, they'll know exactly which one you got. See over here. Up there's a little town area. We'll go to that in a second. This lights up at night too. I'm not sure what this is about, but tell me there's not going to be some sort of little ritual or something going on here in this little circle. And we're back at that one little pond. We have an NPC down there. Back at that one area that's being saved with a little construction site. Now we go up the hill, and now we have a small little village. This tree, when it gets dark, is so magical. Very fun. And there's a couple of plots over here that overlook this little area. Again, we can't really get into these, but they are set up for some outdoor RP. Really enjoy these lights that look like they're glowing jars hung up. They just add such a warmth to the area, and they're very nice. I thought that they were only in Horde side, but I actually think that this is the only plot or the only part that they're at on Alliance side. It's just this one area. You don't see them on any other plots. Just a second. So this one is number 17. Yeah, this is the one that overlooks this whole area and makes it feel like you are a part of this. This feels like it's yours, and this is your view, daytime and nighttime. Just this gorgeous tree all lit up in the fireflies. So, not a bad plot at all. And it backs up to some rocks, so you don't have to worry about anybody behind you. Let me see. Do you have to worry about anybody to your side? Nope. Just some forest and some deer. Got a stag there. Yeah. This one's nice so that you can feel like you're a part of the town and really feel like you're not alone, even if people building might be a little bit more obscured from where you're at. That's the thing that we got to worry about because you can't control what your neighbors build. You do have someone down here. Yeah, this is a plot right off of it as well. Okay, this is plot 0. Oh, I love this one. So you get a deck right on this little bit. This one really feels like you're a part of this little fishing area. Okay, I'm digging this. I really like this one. This is a mood, and you also have the waterfall right back. Oh, I gotta eat my words. We got another cave. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have been in an alpha for a long time now. I streamed yesterday, but unfortunately it didn't save to Twitch because I've never streamed Twitch before. This is a first. And I have just sat in alpha, just exploring every little thing I could find. I have been in alpha for at least over 10 hours now, just going in every little space I can find. And I'm still finding stuff. I love this so much. I hope you all love housing as much as I do because this just makes me giggle. Great. We have music in here? Nope. Ambiance. Well, somebody's skeleton. That looks like that's going to be a housing decor riddle find, honestly. Okay, I found a very similar little tiny nook on Horde side, and there was music in it. Aw, I'm a little disappointed there's not music in this one. They did their jobs. They turned off all the music on the line side. See how it got very bright? Because we moved to a different biome. But if we go back, it'll get dark and spooky again. Now, this is important that this has a different skybox to it. So, throughout the day, during the sunset, late into the evening, it's going to look different and have a very different mood than should you build in another area. Up here, you're going to get a lot of the mountain plots that are really, really cool. But I do want to hit another one in here before we leave. So, someone yesterday when I was streaming asked if there was anything that was like particularly night elf. And I had to, tell them about this is probably it because of the fireflies and the neat little ambiance. But there is one over here that I'm going to show you that I'm excited about. And I think it might be one of those plots that's going to go fast. I'll just say that. Yep, somebody has it here. So we have a little gazebo here, which I love, a little seating area, a little wine glass, and a little bit of cobweb. So it is still got that little spooky aesthetic, which is great. But if you come down here, it's a very unassuming plot, right? You have an ocean view. I love that I'm starting to see more NPCs populate. Clearly, it's a private house because it just took me to the cornerstone. This is number two. So on number two, you have nobody across the street, and you have this little tiny scene where you have a telescope, obviously looking for treasure, because of course, I think that might be another small little vignette that they put together for the housing riddles. But it's just okay. It's an all right house, right? You have that little gazebo. That still makes it special. But then you look down here and we have a moon well. So this is community space. No one's allowed to build here. But my gosh, isn't this beautiful? You have all the wisps going around. Moody. I kind of want some wind chime noises. I don't know about you, but we do have a moon well. So if you are a night elf and that plays very heavily into your aesthetic and how you'd like to build and what you'd like to live here, this is probably the home for you. You'll want to pick that one. And of course, it's right off of a little lake with a waterfall. And we have another little seating area there, which is a little special area. They really did put a lot of effort into putting teeny tiny vignettes everywhere, which I appreciate. And I know the role players, the RPers, are going to really appreciate that. Can we go inside this person's house? Nope. Okay, Alliance, making me eat my words. No, everyone's private here. Maybe we'll go into my house. There's really not a whole lot to it at this point, but we can talk about that later. Maybe I'll do a whole other stream where I'm entirely just building inside. So this is plot 10. We went over this one already. Yeah? Yeah, we did because we're seeing the boat there. But that 10 is directly across the street from the path, so that is adjacent to this one. So if you can't get this one up on the hill, maybe you get that one instead. So there are really two plots that have very free access to this that could be a part of your story. So fret not if you couldn't get the one, you maybe get the other one. All right, covered bridge. Reminds me of Sleepy Hollow time. And we're into autumn. We're in Gilded Oaks. Now, not gonna lie, I love the warmth of this place, and there's actually two plots here I considered getting um, before I decided to get the graveyard plot. I love this little area here, this little bougie eatery, I guess. It looks like a cidery. We have a still, big wagon, very nice deck. I like this one a lot. And there's a plot across the street from it. So if you would like to RP and that you are working here, maybe this is your restaurant. We got some definite charcuterie, honey, bread, cheese, sausage. I'm here. I don't know about you. This is making me hungry. I would love for them to open this building up and let us use it. Eventually, maybe, if we're loud enough, they'll open up some of these buildings and flesh them out with decor. So if you like that one and you maybe want to RP that, there are two plots. There's this one that's kind of more in the center. Okay, where's the plaque? It's over here. Plaques are not always where you expect them to be. This one's 26. It's really lovely. You have the pond over there, the waterfalls. I see a tower in the distance, the restaurant, and the covered bridge. Oh, it's a really nice mood. This plot looks a little barren, but that's okay. Nothing little landscaping couldn't fix. This is spot 37, still very close to all the same things, a nicer view of the waterfall and a full ocean view. And all of the birds you can chase away that you want, that you can stand. Got to do it, right? This one's fun because you do have access to the beach right here. It's just a little walk around on the side, and then you get to the rocky beach. So very, very different than the Horde side. So Horde is going to have clear, turquoise, gorgeous water, and Alliance side is more New England. I don't really have another descriptor for that. Maybe you do. Um, oh, hi, Annie. I see you. Yes, I was able to move my plot. So I soft locked myself by going straight in, and I saw that this was active, and I was like, yes, get me this house, purchase the house. And then I went to town and got the quest to to start housing, and part of that quest to complete it was to purchase a house, which I had already done. So yeah, I blocked myself, and because I blocked myself, I was stuck on Alliance side. As soon as I finished that quest, because they fixed it. So how they fixed it was is they made Move House available. At first in alpha, Move House was not active. So the second I was able to move my house, it completed the quest, and then it unlocked me so I can go Horde side. So yeah, this is what alpha is all about, is letting them know how badly you can mess up on day one out of sheer enthusiasm. So yes, this is a really great plot. I like this one a lot, but I think I like the inland one a little bit better. I like the coziness of the warm colors. There's so many here though, so we're gonna get to them. This is just a little community hub area, which I don't know why these horses spawned last night, but they did. Good luck cleaning up after that. So we have some vendors here and some people with horses. They are local merchants. So I don't know if they plan on making those path. And there's another one over here eating all the apples apparently and pretzels. Oh my gosh, it's making me want to indulge in Oktoberfest. It's still going, right? No, it's not. It's October. Dang. Okay. Over here we have another faux construction site. They are holding on to this. This area looks like it's big enough to hold at least two plots, easy, but they're holding on to them. Again, they have to render all of these houses. So until they learn what they can and cannot handle, and maybe they need to condense neighborhoods eventually, maybe when housing becomes potentially less popular down the road, like they've done with other servers, and they have to combine them. Perhaps they open things up like this for guilds to make the guild communities a little bit larger. Who knows? Or maybe they'll do something really fun with this, like open up a big hall. Um, and they could do anything with this, but there are a lot of faux construction sites where they've walled off sections. It also is, well, as a builder, I can say this, is frankly like a little bit of a lazy way to just fill space. Just to fill space. So it's not empty. They didn't know what to do there, but they're reserving it for something else. But this one has some horses on it, and they're all creepily looking out to the ocean. There's two rendering. That's a little. Oh, there's four horses looking out to the ocean creepily. Okay, Biz, I don't know what you're doing there, but that's a little weird, right? Horses aren't lemmings, right? They're not going to jump. So if they did open this eventually, though, I could see this being a prime plot for someone who loves lighthouses. Wonderful view of that, and that looks really stellar at night. Now we're going to come across a plot now that I heavily considered getting. Oh, Ani, if you want to see Horde ones, I just did two other streams where I tackled Horde. Um, they are over an hour each, so I decided to split them up. And so this is why we're on the Alliance side now. I did start the stream with two or three plots on Horde that I didn't find, but then found and realized I needed to cover. So technically, you can see Horde side on two and a teeny bit on this one. So the reason why I like this plot a whole lot, it's inland. I can still vaguely hear the ocean though. I wonder if that's going to change. Usually, the further inland you go, the less you hear the waves. But if you like the waves, then that's great. It's so relaxing. This plot is 30. I kind of fell in love with this plot because it backs right up to this teeny tiny farm. It would be very easy with how close the building fence is, your property. It'd be very easy to blend this into your home. And maybe that's part of your character's backstory. You can go into here. There's nothing down here, but you can go into it. I hope that they flesh this out a little bit more later. There's a very heavy cider kind of motif going on here. There are apple orchards and there's cidery. We got a little bit of a sheep farm here. And then right off of the little tiny marketplace, this is just really cute. And if you that is part of your story and you want to RP a farmer, this is great. Keep in mind that any vegetation that is on your plot will completely disappear and flatten out once you purchase it. You'll have to repopulate it yourself, but maybe take a screenshot of this plot before you purchase it so you can see where things are laid out. And if you like the layout, maybe you recreate that later. But that will go away and kind of you'll lose some trees, but you could put them back. The other part of this plot is it's right off of here. This is a community area where you can go bobbing for apples and sit down and have some fruit and cheese. There's a little tiny stage over here, the picnic. There's another picnic area on the other side. This tiny little pond is such a cute little addition to the area. I really love this. And if you had that farm plot, it's literally right here. And to top it off, here's the orchard. How cute is this? Sorry, I'm going to say that a lot on Alliance side. It does have some lanterns, so it is a little bit lit at night, but it's right off of the orchard. And there is a plot over here, which I was very tempting as well. I'll tell you the number of this one. This is plot 13. What's unique about 13 is that it's really very, very out of the way. And it has an interesting view we'll get to in a second, but you have wild horses. I mean, maybe you're into horses, and you have the wild horses up on the hill. There is random cows everywhere, which is kind of cute. You just will walk outside your house and there'll just be like a cow there. You do get a view of like the salty sea flats, at this more beach-like area and there is a waterfall around the corner. You can't really see it from here, but you do have beach access. And you turn around and you're very secluded and have the orchard. And I think that orchard is just so adorable. So yeah, I'm in love with these little tiny farmland plots. We'll go back here. There are two back here, right off the orchard as well. If you're building with two people, or maybe three if you want to get the one on the other orchard. If you're building in a cluster of people, this is a good cluster, and you would like to be in the Gilded Oaks area, this is plot number 14. And yes, I'm aware I sound like a real estate agent. And no, I promise you this is not my job in real life. It just sounds a lot like it just sounds a lot like it. I'm selling you these plots. No, I want you to be able to see all of them and figure out which one's the best for you. So yeah, talking about 14 here, you have a whole view over there of the more kind of nautical area. You do get a peek at the waterfall. You're right off of this really super cute orchard. Maybe you make that a part of your decor as well. You can put some orchard trees on your plot and extend it out. And there are even some trees even out here on to number 36. Okay. 36 is a little outcropping bluff. I really love this one. Just feel like you're out in the middle of the ocean because there's just nothing stopping your view. And you can see the difference between the clouds on Alliance side and the clouds on Horde side. Horde is a little bit more whimsical and curly, and these ones are just more fluffy like cotton balls. Um, I have not, I don't think I found out where sunset is on Alliance. I think last night, by the time I got off of the Horde side, it was already dark here. But if it's the same as Horde, then sunset would be this direction. It may not be though, because the orientation of the homes is this direction. I could be off. I definitely could be. they're allowed to change things up. That's fine. So you get the sound of the waves here. You can make this beach house, but you also get the orchard behind you, which, my gosh, how much more New England can you get? It's really kind of funny because I can appreciate all of these aesthetics. Oh, we even got some more orchard trees out here. 'Cause I grew up in New England and now I live near desert, so I appreciate some of the biomes of the Horde side. This plot also has a really cool view over at the lighthouse from where you are. I'm sorry I didn't turn around from that plot. I'd like to give you as much of each plot as possible so you can determine for yourself what you would like to look at. If any of these plots are really standing out to you, go ahead and type, and I'm happy to spend a little bit more time where you can see it. But you do get lighthouse. Random cow. I get a kick out of those. Okay. Did we look at this one? I don't know if we have. Where's the cornerstone? This one's right in the center. This one is number 5. So again, you have some lovely views over here. You would be overlooking the house that is straight ahead. Oops, kicked me out. Another private person. You would be overlooking this house, dead center where my character is. So I hope you like your neighbor. But this particular one is special because you have the windmill right out front that kind of breaks up the view of the sea, but it's really beautiful. I'm sure that windmill will probably be rotating at some point, which will make it even nicer. But it's a really nice, well-built decor. And then you are right on the back side of that scene. So this is yours, right off the back of your house. So if you really liked that little vignette, maybe this plot is the one you like. Community space, nothing being built there, and then we're back at the farm. There's one more down here. Yep, one more. Okay, so we have our griffins. So we have a flight path right here. Very easy to get to. This house is special because maybe you want to RP that you're maybe running that lighthouse. The door is closed. We cannot get inside of the lighthouse. I would love to be able to get inside. I hope they build it all out for us because, I mean, who doesn't want to just run up that just looking at it? But it is still very pretty just to look at right now. But if you'd like that to be a part of your RP, perhaps, maybe you want this house, let's check in. Yep, definitely private. Can't get in there. I do like this one because you have easy access to the beach. And this is a really particularly nice looking beach. And we have a fire pit down here too that you can just sit at. Yeah, I'm tempted to say the sunset might be on this side just because of the way that they've placed a lot of their decor pieces, but I could be wrong. I will be coming back tonight to check. But maybe you just want to sit here and look out. Yeah. I would also like to see a little bit more decor and greenery and coral and fish in the water. I think, especially on horse side, there's a little bit lacking underwater, and I hope they flesh that out. That's just the housing person in me critiquing a little. I hope they do. This is a non-player house. We have the smoke coming out the chimney. We can't quite get inside, but you can imagine maybe the person who runs the lighthouse lives there. But yeah, we do not have a lighthouse on Horde side. That is unique to Alliance. I think that's all of the Gilded Oaks area. Let's double check. And all of the Duskwood area. It's going to take me a while to remember all the names of things. I apologize. Oh, did talk about this one? I don't think we did. Plot number 1. Okay, we back up to a little pond. Overlooks the restaurant just a little bit. So you are going to be neighbors with this person, like really butting up next to them. Okay. I do know that on some populated RP servers, some people tag team RP. So if someone's running the restaurant and maybe they're European player and their time zones don't overlap with like a US player who then takes over that RP, I could see people doing plots next to each other if they were to like run a restaurant like that. Or maybe their house is the restaurant. It's always fun too. There's an outdoor spa on the Horde side, which I got a kick out of. That's going to be hilarious. Oh, an abandoned cart. That also looks like that could potentially be a riddle. We'll see. I have not gone to town yet, and I've not picked up the riddle yet. Let's see. We are pretty close to town, though, so why not? There is a plot here. So we've entered the Founder's Point place. These are two plots literally right next to each other. So this one is number 53, and your neighbor is 48. You are right next to each other with no elevation changes. So I hope you like each other. I do like this little entrance here. It has like the wooden fence and the light posts. This looks like they might do this in different areas, but with the metal detailing on that wood, it's very different than the other fences we see. I wonder if they're going to go back and continue this a little bit more through the area. I can see it goes down to the end as well, but I'll notice that. They'll start decor and then kind of stop, and it makes me wonder what they're going to do with that. But these two are a lovely pair. You get to overlook all of the amber trees, all the yellows and oranges, and they blend into the kind of yellowy greens into the deeper greens of the rest of the space. So this is a transitional, what I would call a transitional plot, where it kind of straddles a foot in both worlds, where you get the view that changes. So can you imagine just living here and just seeing the seasons change depending upon your viewpoint? I enjoy that. I think it's beautiful. So we have a bluff, looking to sea, good ocean views, a lot of beautiful flowers and foliage on the Alliance side. Just very different. I guess those are supposed to be kind of hydrangea. Sorry, I can get lost in the flora and fauna of a space. Okay. And we've got another faux construction site and another little area. So you'll see whenever we get to the main hub, it's literally called the hub on Alliance side. It's the Commons, I think, on Horde. But when we go to the hub, there's going to be a larger circle in it, and that's going to be where that main neighborhood event occurs. That everybody does quests together and earns decor by completing. But there are these smaller ones throughout the neighborhood that makes me wonder if they're going to kind of usher us out to the different neighborhoods to complete different parts of things, and that these will be little mini hubs for that. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that, but we have one right here. Hit everything over there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead to the hub and I'll show that to you. So we have another flight path here. I guess we have some more of the wood with the metal. It's really funny because we get to watch them change and tweak things in real time. I could log in tomorrow and there'd be teeny little changes in decor. So this is 49. Very green, very lush. We have a supernatural tree going on here. That's okay. I'm so tempted to send little issues for things like this, but if I did it for every little piece of decor I saw, not where it should be, it would be a very long list. So I'm just not going to do that. They'll figure it out. We're on number 49. So the view here is pretty nice. You do have a neighbor right across the street. That would be, that looks like a player house too. Okay, this might be a little cul-de-sac. Thinking it is. So if you're building with about 3 people, this is a good one for you. We have 49, 46, and 54. See, numbers don't necessarily make sense, but just right here with the waterfall, the little stream, if you've got 3 players that you are dying to build next door to, this would be a good one to get. Let's see if we can go into this player's house. Nope. For some reason, it looks like the stairs are going into the ground. I don't think that that is supposed to be a thing. I don't know. Hope they fix that. But if there's any houses there or any plots that you'd like me to linger on a little bit, I am happy to do that. Oh, decorating for the holidays. Ani, you are so right. I bet you that's just gonna be like, Christmas trees or something. I could see that easily. Now maybe you have 3 people and then that odd person out wants to build over here too. We got a couple more. This is going to be a highly populated area and no little to no change in elevation. So you really are going to see other people's plots in this particular area. So this is 47. It's a little bit lower than the road, which I like. Now, the first time I was in here on Alliance side, I was able to see like a driving cart with a vendor on it, and you can go and sit in it, and it would take you on a tour around the place. I hope that they have a lot of those to make this place really feel alive. I did not see one Horde side yet, but I do know that there's one Alliance side because I hitched a ride on it. And across the street here, gosh, I'm sorry, I just have to stop and marvel at stuff. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out over it. I love that bridge over there with the arch. It's just so pretty. And there's another one. I think there was another one over here too. All right, this plot is number 51. You have a teeny tiny dock off of the stream. You have a cute view of the bridge. You do have some roadways around you, so maybe you'll get to see the carts going past. I think they stick mainly to the cobbled road. They might not go onto the dirt road. But again, this is going to be a very populated little section. So you've got like 5 people and you all want to be in this particular area of Founders Point. Lovely. And it is really close to the hub, which I promise we're getting to. If you want to be close to the hub for quest giving, for vendors, for dyes, got another construction site here. Of course, quintessential aesthetic that you are used to seeing for the Alliance. We have a flight path here. It looks a lot more alive, doesn't it? They've added a lot of NPCs just now. Oh, here's the cards. You can absolutely jump on this. I wonder if it'll start. Nope. Okay. Nope. You have to catch it while it's moving. Okay. Well, you absolutely can get that and run across. Yeah, you want an AFK ride. I don't know if you're like me. If you're working from home and you've got multiple screens, I will put stuff on my side screen and relaxing stuff and just let it go. So this is where you're going to get some decor vendors. Here's your die crafter. That is going to be specific to your profession. So I believe it's alchemy, and I want to say inscription. I could be wrong, but I do know alchemy is one of them. So dyes are particular. They are consumable. So once you use it, it is gone, which could, you know, be pricey. Then again, if those are your professions, you might make a lot of money off of that. But if you have 2 chairs and you want the chairs to match, you're going to have to make sure you got 2 dyes. Um, that's kind of the drawback. But once you use it, it's gone. So it's not like you buy it and it's unlocked forever, which I kind of wish it was. But dyes are going to be part of your building experience. And depending upon how much you redecorate, that could add up a little bit because you're going to have to purchase the item or build the item and then pay to dye it. So over here is where you're going to get the quest of the day. The Last Architect. Let's see what our treasure hunt is. Cool waters, unfed, still against blue sky and green, sheltered by the cliff. Good luck. Okay. Yeah, we need luck with this one. So at the start of this video, I completed the Horde one, which actually was relatively straightforward because I understood the clues and I knew the terrain well enough after all of my hours poking around that I pretty much knew what it was right away. But my gosh, there are so many cliffs. Look at that map. All of the west and the south are cliffs. So, and cool waters. Unfed. I'm unsure what that means. Maybe it's a contained pool, not fed, not ocean. Maybe it's a cliff with no ocean. Don't know. Still against blue sky and green. I don't really know what that means. So when I'm stumped and I don't really know where to go, you can just run around. So if you see the start of the stream where I do the Horde side one, I show you where I find it. You'll see the layered mound of dirt. It's very visible, and you just run down and open it up and get your buried treasure. But if you really don't know what you're doing, flying around the neighborhood, chances are you're going to find it just in stumbling upon it generally. Yesterday's was particularly hard. It talked about griffins, and I went up here where I knew the griffins to be, and it turned out it wanted me a griffin's nest by the shore. So I did get stumped on that one and had to fly around to go find it. I felt pretty stupid when I found it, but they can be tough. Some of them are easier than others. But this is the hub. These are non player houses. We're not allowed in these houses. They all have closed doors. Hopefully, they open them eventually. Um, but of course, you can see the very clear callback to like Elwyn Forest. And for a lot of us, that's where we started out on WoW, right? How nostalgic. It's where the humans and the gnomes both started. Yeah. This is your portal into the neighborhood. It's a portal to Stormwind. So I can go back to Stormwind here. Maybe if my hearth's not up, or maybe I have my hearth set somewhere else, I can go to Stormwind. Stormwind portal to housing is pretty prominent. I forgot exactly. I think the first one might not be in the Mage Tower. It's been a while since I did that quest line, but this is where you come to and fro if you need to, and you just take the winding trail down here and talk to the quest giver. And don't go run and buy a house like I did right away, or you might soft lock yourself. Do I have enough time to get through this? I just might. Honestly, I feel like with the Alliance, there's less variety. So you can tell by the trees. We have the duskwood, kind of moody, scraggly looking trees over there. Then we have the green. We had all the fall foliage over there. We're going to go over to the the sea area where it's mostly sandy plots, very nautical. We'll go over there. And then there's like the hills with the pines. So to me, that's only 5 biomes, but I think during the tour they call it 6 biomes. But that's just me. These all look very similar to me because they're also green and dense. But big fan of these plots over here, and I'll tell you why. So this one, I made this joke yesterday, but I'll probably make it again. It's legit like Sound of Music vibes. Look at this. Just running through the flowers. And I love this. I adore it. I can't get the song out of my head just looking at this. But I think this is so pretty. What number is this? 31. So 31 is lovely. We have this great swath of looking at all the treetops. You can technically see the lighthouse from here. And then we got the mountains, and we got this cascading waterfall, the griffin swirling ahead, and we have one of these beautiful bridges. Yeah, I'm really into that plot. I think that one is an overlooked one, and people don't realize how nice that one is unless they actually sat down, took a look at it, and see what it has to offer. Over here, we've got another one. I've gotten really good at spotting these because of the shape of the land. You get used to it. Lot 23. You are enclosed by griffins and mountains. You get to see the tall waterfall. Very cozy. You have a beautiful view of this from the side, and then, of course, the bridge down there. You have access to the water, which looks really nice with all the lily pads down there. This is a sweet one as well. If you like the bright lights of this skybox, you're going to get a clear, starry view night. It's going to be really pretty. Someone claimed one of these. Finally, someone sees the beauty in these ones. We have number 3. I wonder if they'll let us in. Number 3 has a stream and waterfall and a flight path right off the side if that's important to you. Nope. Kicked out. One thing I do hope they give us, which I've mentioned before, is the ability to twist your house around. I want to be able to spin that and put the entry wherever I want to put it. Because right now, the entry overlooks this. But common sense tells us that the entry should face this. I don't know. I really hope they give that to us, the ability to twist these as we need them twisted, because some of them are placed very strangely. I will say that, where you're like, that makes no sense. That has to be a mistake. And up here, a little bit further north, we have 32. Really up in the pines here. That's what you're looking for. I I just want to play the Grizzly Hills soundtrack. Sorry, I keep mentioning that one because it's my favorite. I hope they come up with something as equally amazing that we can play in our houses that has the spirit of that. That would be great. Very similar. You've got some rocks back here. I have explored back here a little bit. It is not too exciting, to be honest. Um, we are pretty high up, and you can see on the map where there are no houses. This is just all mountains because aesthetically, for the whole neighborhood, it just looks pretty to start from a mountaintop and go down to the sea. I find that when I have a large area to do housing, like I have in other games before, I've done the same thing. It just looks pretty. So whether they open anything up there, likely not. This is plot number 22. We have one of the towers again. There are many of those towers around here. Oh, we just found out it's a private plot. This is one of the, is it the highest? No, I think that one's the highest back there, but very similar. Some of the highest plots that you're going to find in this whole area. But this one in particular overlooks this area, the one modeled after Darkshore. And so you actually have a view of that tree down there with the fireflies around it. That could be very pretty at night. So if you want to overlook that area, but you still want to be building up here on the side of the mountain with the pines, that one's for you. All right, I don't go too high enough. It keeps booting me back to that. All right, the last part of this tour. Man, we're going to get Alliance all done in one video. Sorry, it's going a little bit long, but if you compare this one to the Horde one, I spent a lot more time in Horde. I honestly think that they spent more time there. There's more character. There's more variety. I do like what they've done with the Alliance. I don't need to spend as much time Alliance side explaining it. So I think that tells us a little bit of something. Maybe they need to put a little bit more focus on giving us some unique stuff over on Alliance side. Okay, we're flying over the hub and a bunch of the normal green plots, the cul-de-sac stuff there. Did I go over these? I don't think I did. Okay, so these are the plots that are next to the big vineyard farm. More greenery. This is 42, Secret of the Universe. If you know, you know. What else is up here? 44. One has a trail up the side of the mountain. Wonder where that leads us. Yeah, they need to do a couple things up here. If they're going to lead us up here, they got to give me something to be worth coming up here. I guess the view's pretty damn good. I will say that. So you have that right off of your plot if that's the one you choose. And of course, you're next to the vineyard, which is very cute. I am into that. If you want to RP that maybe you own the vineyard, this is a good plot for you. If you want to build with more than one person, I do like how there's a lot of the bigger, thicker trees here to kind of shield you from what other people are going to build. Because I've been building in enough games to know that your neighbors are not always kind. So this one's 27. I do like this one as well because you have a really cute pond off the side that you can incorporate into your build by blending it. What I mean by not being able to choose your neighbors is somebody can just build something incredibly stupid and just not what you would build. So a big giant neon sign that says, suck it or something. That can happen. There are people who choose to build things like that because I think it's funny. But what you can do, let me see. I got to find another house that does it, and I'll show you how. You can report people for building things that are not appropriate. And, that would be an example of something not appropriate. But I'm sure your mind can go other places as well. Let's see. Number 7 will be right off of whatever they decide to build there. Lovely view of this area, the waterfall and the dock, and you can really look at town. So seeing the town at night lit up, as I mentioned before, those windows are beautiful at night. Um, this could be a plot for you if you want to look at town and make it feel like you're a part of it. I really think that this plot will do it for you. There's another plot over here that I'm a huge fan of. Nope, we talked about that one. And it's this one straight ahead next to the farm. This one's across the street from the farm. This is where's the plaque? We're at number 45. It's a bit elevated, which is nice because sometimes that obscures the houses around you. So you can look over them rather than into them. This one it shares gazebo with this one. So this is a pair of plots right next to each other. So if you want to build with a partner or a friend, this is a nice pair. And that overlooks the harbor. But this plot is the one that I'd like to talk about because it has a barn attached to it. Right there. You can incorporate that into your build so easily. And I love that. If you want the vineyard across the street, and you have the barn at your side. Where's the plaque for this one? Here it is. See, the plaques are not always where you think they're going to be. But this one's number 39. So they even have the entrance right off of the barn. How cute is that? So if that is part of your character's story, maybe they tend to all of this, maybe they're in charge of it. That's kind of cool. Maybe. And I like this little area here, especially for like guild meetings or something. You can host stuff here. You won't be able to build on it, of course, but you can have meetings. You can pretend, RP restaurant here. I like this a whole lot. Oh, and we have the jar lights here. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. So if you want to not have to blow your decor limit, but benefit from all the stuff that they've already set out, this is a really, really nice plot that has a lot of story built into it already. I'm a big fan of that one. And of course, we have a little bit more gardening over here. And I think this is a Yellow Brick Road reference. Do you think? Yellow Brick Road? Yeah? The swirl? I'm gonna go with that. More orchard back here. So you don't have to miss out if you didn't get those other orchard plots. This is a non-builder house, but it does look like a plot should go here, doesn't it? The farming on the Alliance side is more fleshed out than the farm on the Horde side. I will say that. So this is really pretty if agriculture is a part of your storyline, or you just want to look at it because it looks pretty. And we do have some NPCs out here finally. Gosh, these tulips though, I can't get over them. Whoever did that they did a great job. We even got the windmill. Having Barbie movie flashbacks. Okay. So I guess this leaves us in the last section. Yeah. So Alliance really is only going to take up one video. I hope we're seeing everything that you want to see. Here's our flight path. And you'll notice that there is sand here. So there's actually plots where you're going to be building on sand, which you may or may not like. This is a cool one. I think this one is going to go fast. So we have another covered bridge. You get to go to the beach from underneath it. Flag and this decking that goes all the way down. This one's really nice and how secluded it is. So this is 28. It's all by itself, right? There's nothing else here. You can't build over there, I don't think. Wait, maybe there's one or two. Let me see. But that mountain, you definitely can't build on that hill. Yeah, this might be one. Yes. So if you want to be towards sea level on the ground, this is plot number 24. This is your view at 24. Now you'll see the house and whoever builds on top of that. But this is really pretty. This is stunning. Okay. I kind of love this one. You can be off on your own over here. And this isn't flat. Nope, no plot here. They could have easily crammed in another plot, but they chose not to. It's just, you're so alone over here. Oh, this is great. That one, people are going to overlook. They're not even going to know it's there, just like me. And that's a great one. You can do a lot with that plot. And this one's a little bit more conspicuous, but I do like how tall it is and how much you get to see from here. And then the sound of the waves. Now you will have a neighbor down below. And here we have 40. And over here is just beach. Nobody over here. This is all yours in your backyard. That little dock, fishing area. I have a teeny tiny little dock over here. I guess just a walkway. But this is just so peaceful. I really enjoy these. And some rogue vegetation floating in the air as per alpha. There is another plot over here. I love this lookout. This one is number 12. Okay, so 12, you get the whole of the lighthouse, the ocean, a little bit of this over here. I can easily see people up here chilling, just hanging out with friends. You all leave your beach houses just to come congregate here. Oh, I adore this. And of course, the sounds of the seagulls. So as far as variety on Alliance side, it's it's just different. It's very, very different than Horde. I think Horde has more to offer in the variety of where with the different biomes. But here we have a lot more green, and the green goes throughout like 3 different biomes before it even changes color. So I wish it was just a little bit more different, but that's okay. This is plot number 4. A little bit of this rock. Oh, this rock works really well done. I like this little dock here between the bridge. I also like how this is sandy underneath that one. Yeah, I could be into this plot because it's lower. It's kind of hidden a little bit down here. Yeah, like I said, some of the inland ones people are going to sleep on, thinking that they need to have one on the ocean. I know that's a lot of people's popular dreams to have like a beach house or just to be right on the ocean for the view. But some of these more inland ones will surprise you. WoW's done a really good job of giving us little vignettes and just little unique features that are attached to each one that make you feel like your home is special. So I think these are the last couple few over here. So if you'd like a beach house, but you'd like it to also be green and not this brown base, this is just a mistake in rendering. It'll go away if somebody buys it. This one is number 19. So you'll have a little bit more greenery here and you get your own private gazebo. And you're going to be closer to this town that's going to make it look a little bit more active. You still have an ocean view, and you're going to see all the houses that are over there on that outcropping. So will feel like you're a part of something and not necessarily secluded. But this one kind of feels nice because it gives kind of makes you feel like maybe when the tide comes in, this will be a lot fuller. But the tide's definitely out right now. It's a mood. And one more or 2 more. Yeah. Here we have number 52, more inlands, a lot more green, but you still get this fabulous view. I am all about the view. Even when I bought my own house IRL, I was like, what am I going to be looking at? So I'm sorry, a little obsessed with that. And then the last one is plot 50. This is actually the first one that I bought. This one. I liked it because it had a lighthouse over there and we got the waterfall. And I liked that it was mostly all this kind of seaside town, and it just spoke to me. And because it's further inland, like I get more of a view of it. I don't need to be in it. I just wanted to be on the edge of it, and I wanted to feel immersed by this. And I kind of liked this one. But just like probably you're experiencing right now. You see one, you think it's your favorite, and then you see another one, you think that's your favorite. You're going to have that experience. And that's why I was doing this stream for you all. If you're as excited about housing as I am, you want to be able to kind of take your time and look at all of these plots. But when this gets live, you're going to feel rushed and you're not going to take the time because you're just going to want to go in and stake your claim. And I don't want you to feel rushed. So please enjoy these videos, go over them, see which plots you think you want, make your list, and prepare. And if you're as crazy about housing as I am and do all of this, then we should probably be friends because we'd get along great. So thanks for watching. I hope this is really helpful. I was excited to share this with everybody who's interested. I've got the videos from the 2 Horde ones, and I have this one if you want to look them over if you have any questions. I might do another video with just housing and building There's not a whole lot to show there right now, to be honest, but I can show housing and how it works. But you've seen all the other big streamers do that. But I can show you what's available to me right now. And when there's any big changes, I'm happy to hop on here and show people as well. So thanks for watching. Oh, Starfire, you think I missed one plot on the little island against the cliff? Oh, dang. What did I miss? I'm sorry, that comment might have been older too, and I might have actually gotten to it. I'm unsure which one you're talking about. I wish you could show me. One on the little island nestled against a cliff. Hmm. Well, if I do fly around and I find something that I missed, I can always tag it on the next video. I hope I got to all the ones you were looking for. Oh, right by the flight point. Is it in this area here? Where's the flight point? Right over here? Okay. Is it in the direction I'm looking? The north one. North from here? Are these the ones you're talking about? You can direct me where to go. So this is like a mock construction area, and we're not allowed to build here. So this could easily fit two people's plots. They just don't have it open for probably rendering reasons. To the left of the northern flight point further. I'll try to get to it. Is this the one you're talking about? There. Okay. Thank you. See, that's just why I have y'all. I missed it. 43. Oh, you're right. Okay. So this one is unique because it has this kind of scaffolding keeping the rock up, which is just a cute little character, like storytelling, through building, right? And I think that's adorable in this little walkway. So this particular plot, you get to walk down and you have beach access. Um, this whole little beach here, probably just for yourself, nobody else. Oh, did you just see that? I just saw something jump out of the water and saw ripples. How cute. And down here, I want to say we found this one. Yeah, this is 21. So you would be overlooking two of your neighbors down here if you chose this one. But you do have a view of the bridge, and which I think that just structurally they're very pretty. I do like that part of the Alliance look. You have a great view of the lighthouse, the towers over there, and then I think we hit this one with the very long walk there. And this one was, yeah, 28. Okay, I think I got them all, both Horde side and Alliance side. So check them out again. See all the little things that make each plot unique. And I will say it again, there is not a bad plot anywhere. There really isn't. Just find what is unique about it and incorporate it into your build, accentuate it, and make people wish that they had chose your plot because you worked with it the best. I don't know if I'll ever do more like kind of housing tours, like when people start building more. Maybe I will. I'm a huge fan of looking at other people's creativity. It makes me happy. It inspires me for my own stuff. So I am a big fan. Um, I just really wanted to get this out there and share this with people, so you can kind of get a heads up if you're as crazy about housing as I am. Any other questions or anybody wanted to look at anything a little bit closer? Hmm? Yeah, I think we reached all these ones downhill. If there's anything more, you can always message me and ask for it. And I may or may not stream again, who knows? But everything is archived here on Twitch for a while, so you can go through and see anything that you missed. Thanks for watching and happy housing.